In this video, we're going to talk about how to start trading cryptos, bitcoins and stuff for profit. And it's actually really kind of easy, but it's also kind of hard. See, the easy part is understanding how to do it. The hard part is actually clicking around to doing it. Notice I have 3 screens of Chrome. So I have this one set up over here with this scanner that basically tells me which cryptocurrencies that I should be looking at. And I just go over here to cryptomarketscanner.com and I put this in a little corner right here on the left side of my screen, the bottom left. Then kind of in the middle here, but where I could still see the top of this one. We'll talk about this in just a second. Let's look at this one first. And you'll see how I have a bunch of windows open up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are all the trades that are going on. So I have to keep track of them. And now I'm using like 3 different platforms. So I'm on Bittrex.com, hitbtc.com, cryptopia.co.nz, and this is HitBTC again, and then this is HitBTC again. Now this one's pretty much my main account, HitBTC. So if this is your first time doing this, you should just sign up to this one and just kind of forget about the other stuff. Now you're gonna have to somehow, you just basically have to deposit either some money or some bitcoins, and you're gonna basically have to buy some bitcoins to start trading. So you're gonna want 3 different types of currencies. Let's just say 2. If it's your first time, you might just start with 1 Ethereum. So just buy a whole bunch of Ethereum so that you have, like, I don't know, $500 worth of Ethereum or something. And you know, maybe if you want to get better, you could start using bitcoins and USDs. So in order to buy stuff here on HitBit, you're gonna have to sign up for an account, right? And then you're gonna have to basically deposit over here. So I think you can hold up. So this is basically an alert that I have over here. We'll talk about signing up, but this is happening right now. So let's go and check it out. So apparently my RDDs got to 40, and what was that all about? Did I buy in or something? No, I don't think so. I think that was just a mistake, actually. Oh, no. It was this one at 40s, and I think I may have bought this. Yeah. Okay, so what happened was I just bought this. So we'll talk about, you know, what I just bought in just a second. Now, the nice thing about all these trades is that it literally, like, might take a few hours to get through. I started looking at this like almost an hour ago and it finally got to where I wanted it to go. So we'll talk about what just happened. This finally got down here and I finally made my buy. So anyway, let's finish talking about this account stuff. So obviously you're gonna have to buy some Ethereum, and I don't know if you can actually do it on this. You may be able to, but I think you have to, like, go to Coinbase or something, and you have to buy some Ethereum on Coinbase. So you have to sort of transfer some Ethereum into this account somehow. Anyway, so what we need to really talk about is step 1. Once you finally have some Ethereum in your account, what you need to do is go down here, and basically what happens, this will kind of pop up every so often, and we'll just look at the latest one right here that kind of popped up a while ago, and then we get to examine it. Now I already have an alert down here that's going to tell me when to start buying. So you really have to decide, you know, where should you buy and where should you not buy. So essentially there's 3 different types of trades. All right, so we're going to talk about those 3 real quick, and yeah. this is the first one that just happened right now. And basically what's going on is I want to make sure that this is a really nice, like, long traded account that kind of, you know, has a lot of activity, a lot of buyers. Well, anyway, I noticed all of a sudden that this just shot up like crazy, and I basically measured the bottom here and the top here, and then if it falls to 50%, that's just like a really good place to buy. Now, this is really important that it only goes up one time, and on the very first fallback down to the halfway point, goes up and then back down to 50%, you're gonna want to buy this. So in order to set up a buy order, you're basically gonna have to set an alert here. We'll talk about that actually just a while. What happens is just kind of think like, hey, you know, maybe I should make a marker here and make sure that I know when to buy this. But anyway, it kind of happened a few different times here. Went up and then it came back down, and then over here it happened again. So let's see, here it happened again, and I was just noticing that after a very high spike in price, it suddenly just dropped down really fast. Well, it didn't drop really fast, but it came back to 50%. So it's really important that it goes up one time, comes back to 50%. I'm going to buy there, and then you're going to want to sell right here, kind of at the top. All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of different things you have to do. This is another one of those cool patterns. Notice it's just been going up and down a bunch of times. So I'm going to try to catch it down here when it sort of dips down below this point. So I'll sort of catch it here, and then when it comes back to about here, so I'll just sell it. So this is all about just making tiny little profits here and keeping everything super safe. Notice that this is a very well traded account. So it's important here that you don't look at like really ugly looking charts. Okay, so if it has something like maybe let's look at this one. I don't know. So this is still a decent chart. Like, look at how nice it looks. It's just like you can zoom in and it's got just really good curves. That's when you know it's a really good chart. It has a long time frame. All right. Now these tools are actually really kind of complicated to figure out how to use, but you know, you gotta figure it out. That's sort of the hardest part, like I'm saying. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna check my orders here. So I have this order that just happened at 40, and what's gonna happen is I want to make sure that I try to sell this back at like 58 or so, you know, just to keep it safe. So I'll put this as 58 and basically just make my money back somehow. It was 0.12, so yeah, boom. Basically selling everything at 58. In fact, I'm gonna sell just kind of half of it or so. I'm not gonna sell all of it at 58. I'll sell 0.01 at 58. So that way, okay, what the fuck? Yeah, anyway. Okay, so I'll sell 0.01 at 58. And if it goes up past that, shit. Fuck. That was really loud. Unfortunately, I have my volume super loud. Turn it down a bit. So this thing here is now doing shit. Oh, I see. Ethereum has dropped quite a bit. So this would be a good place to buy some Ethereum at $750. let's just see if I can keep track of this too while I'm filming this. Really, this whole thing is difficult because you have to keep track of so many things at the same time. So what you have to do is open up a new tab, come over here, and just close that. Hopefully it takes me where I want to be. And it kind of doesn't, so it's gonna look for this coin here. Anyway, so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of checking the chart, making sure that it's following one of the signals that I'm looking for. And I was sort of talking about how it goes up and then comes back down. And then I was talking about how it zigzags like this. And then the third one that just happened, the one that I was just looking at, Ethereum and Dash here, both of them. Basically what's happening here, I'm going to put my order in real quick, because I want it to be at 750, and you can see how now they're at 760s. I'm going to try to 750. So we'll just see if this works. Put in a buy for 750 Ethereum. All right, so that's really good. Good stuff is good. Shit is happening. Everything's going out as planned. So now let's look over here real quick at the third type of trade, and you'll find that if a chart looks really nice like this, like I said, you have to find really nice looking charts. Like, look at how beautiful that looks. If it looks nasty and it's got like things like that, that's not a good chart. All right, so you don't want anything like that. But if it looks nice like this with these curves, with a lot of buys and ups and downs and good looking pictures here, you'll be able to sort of go back in time and just kind of analyze this for a second. You want to sort of zoom out a bit and just kind of look at where you find check marks. So there's a check mark right here. You can see this check mark goes whoop, very high. This also does this big nice check mark movement up there. You know, this one here is a little check mark right here. We have a little check mark there, but really what we're looking for is points where like it dips a little and then it goes up really high. All right, so we're gonna try to get in on the very bottom of the dip. Okay, so that's really the key to all this, is you want to get in at the bottom of the dips. All right, as soon as it comes to the bottom, you want to buy like right there. Okay, so right now it just check marked there, and then basically it's sort of coming it's coming to sort of like this standstill here. It's sort of freezing up here, and this is a point where all the sort of buyers and sellers are kind of iffy about this price. So it might drop down right here, and if it drops below this line, then you're gonna want to grab it. All right, put in a little alert here. Say 165. Here, as you notice on this chart, what I'm gonna look at is this base right here, this little point where it checked last. So I'm gonna look at that and be like, well, if it falls below, oh shit, I didn't actually want to put see if I can go to 15 minutes here. I didn't want to do 750 actually. I think I messed this up. So let me just kind of fix this a bit. I could do 750 and then sell it back at 790. No, it's probably going to come back here. So actually, here's some really good check marks. This is a good buy. But I'm going to lower it. I'm going to go back to this one and do 720s. It just dropped like crazy. Fuck. Okay, hold up. I'm going to cancel this. Look at that drop. So if it falls to 710, I'm going to get this. $710, dude. If it falls to 710, I'm gonna buy a crazy amount. So now you're starting to see what I'm looking at is I'm trying to buy in when it's like really cheap. Let's look at what just happened, because someone just bought this for like $710. $705, dude. Did you see this? Holy moly. Look, someone bought right here. You could see that there's this line right here. Holy crap. So someone bought right there. So I'm trying to think about which one of these bottoms should I really consider as a good buy-in point. Because if I consider this to be the bottom, then what it means is that I'll have to buy around like here or so, and then it's only going to come back to the bottom. Okay, I'm not expecting it to come up above the bottom, so that's only going to be like maybe a $20, but not even 20, because I don't even have $700. So it's not going to be a $20 increase. It's going to be like $2 or something. So if I consider this to be the base, then that would be really good. It'll come to here and then come back up there. But if we look out here at an hour, which is what I've been looking at recently, then you can see pretty clearly that okay, it is basing out around here, and I should buy at 750. It's kind of iffy, you know, like I would want this. I'd want the $20 buy, because then it's only going to come back to, you know, here or so. I don't know. I'm just going to put it in here at 720, and we'll just see what happens. Okay. 710 is really, really low, but 720 might actually just happen. So I'm trying to bid on everything I buy. It has to be super low. Okay. I'm not trying to get in at like just a little bit, you know. I'm just looking for an indicator and then started trying to get in real quick or something. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just kind of like an obvious pattern that I see, and then I'll wait. I'll just sit and wait, and I'll just keep looking at the chart, making sure that it's doing the right thing, and I'll just sit and wait. I've just been waiting here for these trades to happen, because if you buy in, I mean, who's gonna sell at 30? Who's gonna sell this thing at 34 when it's at 36? Well, this is actually might happen. Who's gonna sell at 165 when it's at 180? Who's gonna do that? Only people who are desperate. So you have to wait until people are desperate before you buy. That's really important. So yeah. Now, these tools are going to be the hardest thing to use. Okay, you want to keep track of the charts in one window, and you're going to look back here and just make sure that everything's going good. Every so often you'll come back and it'll beep and stuff, and let's go check out what this thing just did. So now you can see that this is going to drop down. I'm going to consider it to be that one, but these ones could work too. This is Ethereum again, like I said. I was considering 160 to be the good price to buy, but I'll buy at 150. Alright? So I'm going to try to find this HVN. Oh, HVN? I don't even know what this is, but let's go back. So I don't really care if it's a coin that's like popular or if it's a good coin. I just want a nice graph, okay? So you see this graph, it looks nice. Look at that. You can analyze it really well and understand what's happening. I was gonna get in here at 150 if I even have any money left. I don't. I sort of bet all my money on these things here, and I'm just waiting for them to happen. Waiting. Okay, so anyway, we have 3 steps. Number 1, you have to look at this crypto market scanner. Every time it beeps, you're gonna look at this chart. You're gonna take this chart and you're gonna slide it over here. Well, first you're gonna look at it and see whether it's something you want to even consider investing in. So if you look at this, what I'm looking for is some indicators, and there's again 3 different types of indicators I'm looking for. All right. So with this one right here, notice how it's been leveling out here, and as soon as it drops below here and it gets really nice below here, you might even consider this one to be it's kind of just the recent ones. Like, you don't care about what happens in the past over here. This stuff doesn't matter. All this stuff, useless. As long as it looks good, like you look back and you're like, yeah, this is a nice looking chart. I think this is a really new chart. This is Tron. Oh yeah. Okay. So you notice some check marks here, some check marks here. You're just gonna look for check marks to make sure that it looks like a really nice graph. Yeah, look at that. All right. So now it's leveling out here, and as soon as it drops down, like, you know, maybe to here or so, I'd say you can buy anywhere around here is pretty good. In this area right here, it's like pretty good if you can get in there. We can yeah, just kind of get in there if you want to. Just set a little alert right here, and you close the window, and then when it beeps, you can buy. And again, we're looking for 3 indicators. If it shoots up, then be like, okay, well, measure it out, the top and the bottom, draw a halfway point, set an alert here. This alert went off a lot earlier. Crap. So you're going to draw the top and the bottom. You're going to measure it about halfway, and you're going to say 39. All right, and then you're going to set a little alert here for 39, blah, 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 set alert, and there it is. Now, it's actually not really what I wanted, so I'm going to delete it. Now, what I want to see is, does this go to 60? If it goes to 60, then I just made a whole bunch of money. Because when I come here and I look at my thing, my buy window, notice how I'm looking for 58s, and I bought it at 40. So that's going to be basically a 30% increase in what I just put in. So I spent 0.012 bitcoins, which if you calculate this, you might need a calculator. So 0.0125, and I think it's like 20 grand or something at this point. It doesn't really matter. But so I put in about $250. Probably a little less, maybe around 200, but whatever. And I'm going to sell it for 58s, which is going to be, well, I'm keeping about half of it, because if it goes to 58, then that's going to be really nice. I'm going to make my money back, but I also want to see, just wait a bit, maybe it'll get to 65. So I'll put it up there. I'll put another order at 65 for selling. All right, so if it goes to 65, I'm going to make quite a bit of money. But here we have basically, we'll call this about 0.19 bitcoins. So 0.019 times 20,000. And that's going to be 380. So I spent 250, and I'm basically coming out $130 profit. Maybe about 100 because it's not really 20 grand. That's just sort of an estimation. And you can see, yeah, so if you buy super, super low and then you sell super, super high, well, not even super high, if you just sell it at a normal price. If it drops super, super low and you sell it at the normal price over here, that's good. Here, same thing. I bought it at the super low price, and it's going to go up to the 28s. I put a little marker there. Here, same thing. And I'm also making sure that if it drops down again, like if it just kind of keeps falling, then I know it's probably going to come back here eventually. The chart's going to kind of look something like this. If this fails, if this actually freaking fails, it's going to drop down here, and then it'll just come back to here. That's very likely what's going to happen. and I'll just sell it at 40s, you know. So basically what happened here was I bought these at 45s, 48s, and I put in a lot. I put in a whole bunch of money here, and then I'm expecting it to go to about 65. I could sell it now and I could make a profit. Look at that, it's already at 50. If I sold now, I could just make a little profit. Boom, just a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Yeah, I even still have more. I could sell all these right now and just make a little profit. But I won't. I'll keep it because I know it's gonna come up to here. Oh, 65. So yeah, so on this one, the money was, I put in 0.6. I'm gonna sell 0.6 there, and I'm gonna still have another point. Well, if this goes to 60 or so, I'll have another 0.2. I'm gonna call this 0.25 or so, because I'm gonna sell it for really high. So 0.02. Let's just say 2. 20,000. So this is $40. You know, kind of nice. So yeah, I don't really know how to make this simple because it's really complicated. It's all just about using these tools here. 1, 2, 3. This is the setup. You get your thing here. You come here, look at the chart. You try to look for the indicators. You mark it up. Make sure it looks nice. See, this is not really a nice chart, but at least it's got history and it looks pretty good when you zoom up. If it looks something like this, if you ever see a chart like, actually that looks really good too. See, if you look at a chart that it doesn't look nice, that's when you know you shouldn't be trading that. This one looks really nice. So in order to make all the charts look nice, you probably want to put, you want to click this change button. Make sure that the minimum volume is about 10 Bitcoins. And all the charts that you're going to see are going to look nice charts. See if I can find a picture of a bad chart. I think it's called CCD or something. Or CND maybe. Coinigy. Oh, here's another one. Shh. Relax. Okay. So this one, I could buy this right now at 20s. So I'm going to see if I can get in here real quick. How do I do this? You gotta go here, open up a new window. 20s. I'm looking for 20s. Looking for 20s. I'm freaking out. What is this? It's called PPT Bitcoin. PPT. I'm looking for 20s. See if I can put some 20s in. I don't have any money here. Darn. All my money's in trades. Bummer. So you can see here, this actually is a little different than what, this is perfect. So basically someone decided to sell a whole bunch and now it's super low. Maybe some more people are going to panic and it might drop even lower. So if you can just buy anywhere around here, then, because here's basically the cutoff point, in my opinion, but it could also be here, I guess. Anyway, the lower you go, the more chance that it's going to just bounce back to your base. And the more, like, you want to sort of draw your little line here. And this is going to be your profit, okay? So if you buy 21, you're going to basically sell at 24. All right, that's sort of your profit. So you might want to get 20s so that way you get an extra, like, extra little bit there. Now, this video is getting pretty intense. Now, I'm not even going to mark this because I don't have any more money. I already kind of spent all my money. I'm waiting on So this is a chart that does not look good. You can see it just doesn't look good. Ugly chart. Don't trade this. If anything looks like this, it's not very nice, not very good looking. All right. Didn't go down to 720, did it? Well, I think this is probably decent enough of a video. I mean, I don't know what else to explain, really. You just have to go to this thing, wait for the thing to appear, put it in a new window, check out the chart, make sure it shows you the indicators. One is this one. Another good indicator there. This one here, same thing. They all look the same, right? You draw the top and the bottom. When it shoots up like crazy, all right, you find a halfway point and you're gonna buy right here. You set up a bid. You set an alert. All right, every time something happens, you want to set up an alert so it tells you that it's happening. You're going to come to this window here, sign up for, you're just going to use Hit BTC. That's the only one you're going to do, okay? So that means that you have to make sure over here that you check off only this one. So make sure these are not checked. I'm not using this one, not this one, not this one. I use these two a little bit, but you only want to use this one for a little bit till you get comfortable. And then just looking at all this, looking at all this, looks so daunting. You're gonna set your check mark here. You're gonna say, okay, it's 40. So you're gonna go over here, and you're gonna, click the button here, put in your order for 40. Make sure that you put in however much money you want. Yeah. So the hardest part is actually going to be using these websites. This is the hardest part, just using this stuff. This stuff is easy. Seeing when to buy. If it zigzags, buy at the low point. If it flattens and then drops suddenly, if it drops like crazy all of a sudden, buy. Like right here, if this drops to 720, I'm gonna buy. And then over here, you just have to have money in your account, and then yeah, you just go here and then set in your order for 720. And like I said, the hardest part is going to be figuring these buttons out, figuring out what all this stuff does. You just have to sort of like play around with it, try to figure it out. That's sort of the best way to explain this. All right.